Girls, it's Allie here again. As you can see, I've got bare face today. Everybody loves bare face, not. So I wanted to quick show you our liquid foundation and just how awesome it is and the coverage that it has. So far today, I've just cleansed my face and also used our moisturizer as well as our Glorious Face and Eye Primer. We all know how fantastic that primer is, creating that nice canvas for our application of our liquid foundation, or any foundation or powder, as a matter of fact. So you can see my face. I don't have a real clear face. I've got quite a lot of sun damage. I've got some rosacea, just little, imperfections. Of course, you can tell I do not have a highly blemished face, but definitely have some things there that need some attention. So, our liquid foundation, this is like water, girls, so it's very important that we shake it up really well before we use that dropper. It does separate as it sits, and so therefore, obviously, if we want the best coverage, we need to shake it up really well. They recommend, I think, a 30-second shake. I gotta be honest, I don't usually do that, but hey, recommended 30-second shake, okay? Also, there's that dropper in there, right? So you wanna make sure you expel all of that foundation that's in the dropper, because that's obviously gotta get mixed up really well too. So I'll usually shake it up, expel that back in there a few times, maybe even just expel it like that while it's the cap's screwed on. But, so, got that real good and shooken up. Shooken up, is that a word? So, liquid foundation brush. This is a must for me. You've probably heard or maybe even seen some girls talk about this brush. It needs to be primed. If you are using it for the first few times, and you feel like you're not getting the coverage you need from the 4 to 5 drops that this is recommended to be used, I just bear with it. It's going to get primed up the more you use it, and it will work appropriately. So this brush has had some wear to it. In fact, it's probably about time that I need to wash it up. But even after I washed it and dried it, I don't feel like it needs to be primed again per se. So foundation is good and shaken up. Shaken. I like shaken better than shooken. And I've got my foundation brush. So what I'm gonna do is just put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like 5 drops, why not? And then I just take it and dab on my skin where it's gonna be applied, okay? When I feel like it's there, then I'm just gonna do small, light circles and rub it in. Now, you might notice right off the bat, you're gonna have some coverage, but it actually gets better as it dries and gets to that powdery finish. I want to say that it has to oxidize with the air, and then it's going to perform at its peak. So you can already see how nice and smooth my skin finish is there. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, right? So the good, amazing part about this foundation is that it's buildable without looking cakey, right? So if you feel like you've got some other spots on your skin that just need a little more attention, you can put just a tiny bit more on there, and you're still gonna have a fantastic finish without looking like you have too much makeup on. There are optical diffusers, they call them, in this to help minimize those appearances of imperfections. There we go. So that is good for me. 5 drops is what I like. And like I said, if I wanted a little more on a couple different places, then go for it. But that is our liquid foundation and the liquid foundation brush. I recommend them together. Some girls have used their fingers with this. I typically do not, so I can't even testify as to how that works. But again, recommend the primer along with that for your best coverage, and also gives you the long day wear. Any questions, please comment for me and I will get back at you. Shade matching questions, really that's a common question. Don't be afraid to ask me. We have a fabulous quiz that I can give to you and it is like amazing how well it works. I'm also pretty darn good at it myself, so don't be afraid to ask me as well. Okay, so that is our liquid foundation. You girls have a kick-lash day.